The following broadcast is the Westfield Roundball Game of the Week, brought to you by Brennan Outfitters, Planners First, David Reagan Ford, Sonic America's Drive-In, Com South, and proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics, Bill and Laura Amos. Now for the Middle Georgia Sports Network's pregame show, presented by Brennan Outfitters. Here are your hosts, Kenny Gopher and Brett Taylor.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the Brennan Outfitters pregame show. I'm Brett Taylor, alongside me, Tim Thompson, and just saw an exciting game of the girls' game, and here we have the Westminster Wildcats coming down from Augusta to take on the Westfield Hornets inside the Hornets' nest. And Tim, this should be an exciting matchup. We talked about it before we came on air. And Westfield seems to have the numbers and size advantage, but we'll see how the Westminster Wildcats can fare here in this second game of the two.
Well, that's right, Brett. That's why you come to play the game. You got to see who's wanting it more, who's ready to play.
Yeah, absolutely. And Westfield went up and got a big victory. Had a loss against the Gatewood Gators in Eatonton. And Westfield still leads the region. They come in overall 12-7. 4-2 in the region, and they are tied at the top with Gatewood. 17-3 is Gatewood, and 4-2 in the region. And Westminster comes in 9-11 overall and 2-3 in the region in last place. So Westfield on paper should win this matchup, but that's why you play the game, Tim. It's just like you said, got to play the game and see who's going to come out on top here tonight. But Westminster only has 10 players, and I think Westfield has about probably 14 or so a little bit more substitution options available for Coach Walls if he chooses to go to the bench here in this game. So we're at the Brennan Outfitters pregame show. It's about to be the end of pregame. They're going to announce the starters here. So we'll take a look at the Westfield starters here. Number 15, Giles Amos. Number 3, Tanner Westbrook. Number 5, Griffin Elmore. Number 23, John Bard. And number 11, Marquise Watkins. And we'll wait for the Westminster starters here.
Yeah, I see them lining up down there, Brett, but we didn't get them ahead of time.
Trying to see number 23, Stephen Lambert will be starting here tonight.
Looks like Nigel Eddy,
number 10. Saw him in football.
Yeah, I thought I remembered that name.
Number 20, Michael Dukes will be starting, as well as number 33, Ethan Lynch. And the last one down the row is number 15, McKay Stakely. So those are your starting lineups here tonight. We're about to get things tipped off here as they're announcing the starting lineups, and they will go right into the basketball game here in the boys' game. So, Tim, what are your thoughts so far? First game of the basketball season.
Yeah, it was intense. Sure was. I enjoyed it. Hopefully
this is not as tense a ball game. I think Westfield had a pretty good victory up in Augusta, and they did. They won 77-61 up there in Augusta. So hopefully Westfield can repeat that here tonight.
Well, it's kind of like we talked about it. I mean, the referees got to set the tone for the game. I mean, the kids are out there to play. They're out there to play to win, and they're going to play hard. But the refs are there to kind of keep the peace, if you say.
Absolutely. As Marquise Watkins comes out, everybody in their red headbands just about, and we're about to get things tipped off. Should be Giles, and looks like number 23, Stephen Lambert, going to be tipping off here to start the game. Maybe number 15. We'll see. No, it will be number 23, Stephen Lambert. Again, Edie Lambert, number 33, Ethan Lynch, 15, Stakely, and number 20, Michael Dukes will be starting for Westminster. Giles Amos will be tipping, Griffin Elmore, Marquise Watkins, John Bard, and Tanner. And the ball tipped away. Giles Amos comes down with it, and they're going to have to retip.
Yeah, he can't grab it, right?
I guess not. I thought they normally retip on that, but it's going to go over to Westminster. So Westfield will be on defense to start the game.
I thought if the other guy touched it, you were okay. looked like they both pinned each other up in the air, and Amos just came down with it.
Stakely to Edie to start the game, who gets it to Lambert. Lambert over to number 20, Dukes, and Dukes over to Edie. Edie, right wing, drives in. Gets it back out to Dukes. Dukes going to get it back to Edie, and a lot of movement, but nothing really gained. Edie inside, goes up, shot no good. Rebound down to Edie. His shot is up and bouncing around, and it finally goes in. 2-0 your score. Westfield trails 2-0 to the Wildcats of Westminster. Marquise Watkins brings it up. Tanner with the ball over to Marquise inside to Giles. Giles goes up, jump ball, and it's going to stay with Westfield. Not so sure about that. Giles thought he was fouled.
Yeah, there was 3 of them on him. I thought he was going straight up with it.
Ball inbounds to Giles, goes up with it. Shot no good. Rebound down to Lambert. Lambert gets it to Edie, and Edie's going to set things up here. Gets it over to Dukes. Back outside to Stakely, over to Edie. Edie to Lambert. Lambert's going to shoot a 3. Shot is up and good. 5-0 your score. So Westfield trails by 5 with 7:02 to go here in the first quarter. Giles has it right elbow inside of Griffin. Shot is up, no good. Rebound down to Stakely. Missing a lot of point-blank shots so far.
I was going to say they're too close to miss those.
Dukes over to Lambert. Lambert to Edie. Edie top of the key. Drives inside. Shot is wildly missed. Rebound down to Giles Amos. Ahead to Griffin Elmore. Goes up. And the ball is blocked by Dukes. So Westminster, furious pace so far, and they are playing very well so far. 5-0 your score. Stakely with the ball top of the key. Over to Dukes. Dukes over to Edie. Edie to Lambert. Lambert inside to Stakely. Stakely drives, pounds, shot is up and good. 7-0 your score. Marquise Watkins brings it up for Westfield. Gets it over to Griffin Elmore. Back to Watkins. Over to John Bard. John Bard back to Watkins. Watkins going to shoot a 3. And it's good.
You need to take them if they're going to leave you open.
Normally not a three-point shooter, but nails it from way downtown. 7-3 your score with 5:45 left to go here in the first quarter. Stakely over to number 33. That's Lynch. Lynch to Dukes. Dukes drives. Gets it out to Stakely. Stakely walks, and it's going to turn over to Westfield. Coming in the game early for Griffin Elmore is number 12, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Checking in for the Wildcats will be Tanner Wilson for number 15, and that is Stakely. Marquise Watkins will bring it up for Westfield.
Get down here, Oak. Fitzpatrick's wide open.
Watkins drives right wing. Gets it over to Tanner. Tanner gets it back to Watkins. Watkins inside to Giles. Giles shot is up, no good. Rebound down to Duke. To Lambert. Lambert to Edie. Edie gets it back to Lambert. Over to Duke. Duke out to Edie. Edie over to number 12, Wilson, who gets it to Lambert. All the way across to Edie. To Wilson. Shot is up. No good. Too long. Rebound down to Tanner. Tanner driving up. Gets it inside of Giles. Out to Ryan. Ryan Fitzpatrick drives. Back outside to Tanner. Tanner going to set things back up. Slow it down. 4:41 left to go here in the first. Marquise Watkins left wing. Over to Giles. Right elbow. Right wing. Inside of John Bard. Shot is up and good. Foul from behind. Going to go to the line for a chance of the old-fashioned three-point play. 7-5 your score. John Bard with a nice layup inside. Good cut and nice pass. Everybody in red for Westfield just about in honor of American Heart Association month,
American
I believe.
Heart Association, that's what it was.
Shot is up, no good. And especially in honor of Tucker Moody here, who had an incident a couple years ago and hit close to home, and Westfield has rallied around Tucker. He's a two-time state champion in football, and supporting him here and other heart disease survivors. Shot is up, no good from Wilson. Rebound down to Giles. Giles over to Watkins. Watkins ahead. Going to pull it back out over to Ryan. Ryan's three-point shot is good, and Ryan connects Score now 8-7. With 3:58 left to go here in the first quarter, Westfield gains the lead back after a slow start. They trailed 7-0 and now have an 8-7 lead. 3:48 to go. Dukes drives, kicks it out to Wilson, over to Lambert. Lambert over to Edie. Edie drives inside, gets it out to Dukes. His shot is up, no good. Rebound being fought for on the floor, and it's going to be tied up. You're going to say it's tied up between Lynch and Giles Amos. I'm just going to stay with the Wildcats coming back into the game for Tanner. Will be Griffin Elmore. Kind of a different pace game than the girls.
Yeah, it's a lot faster here.
Nigel Eady will take it out underneath the basket. Coming to check in at the scores table will be a host of Wildcats, but that shot inside by Lynch is missed. Ahead to Ryan Fitzpatrick in transition. He's going to go up. No call. It's got to be something. Rebound to Giles. His shot is way off the mark. Rebound down to Lambert. Pass ahead to Wilson. Wilson almost has it stolen away, spins, and does have it stolen away. Good job by Marquise Watkins. He's going to have the ball stolen. Shot is up, no good. Rebound down to Watkins, who passes it inside to John Bard, who is fouled and knocked down to the ground by Nigel Eady. And John Bard will go to the line. Checking in for Westminster will be number 2, Baranowski. Can't see the other ones. Number 15, Stakely, and number 40, Noah Kirshner, and they will all check in after this free throw. Shot is up and good from John Bard. And Westfield takes a 2-point lead. 9-7 your score. Tim, I'm finally realizing I should have ate that second taco. Getting a little hungry, and John Bard is not hungry because he's made 4 points early in this game so far, but he wants to keep being fed. Ball stolen away by John Edward Bard, and it tips off of the head of number 40, Noah Kirshner, and goes back over to Westfield. Great defense by John Bard, and especially Griffin Elmore. And Westfield playing very tough here after an early lead by Westminster. Westfield has answered the bell. 2:50 to go here in the first quarter. Marquise Watkins setting his offense up. Top of the key. Gets it to John Edward Bard. I don't know why I like to call him John Edward Bard, but he likes to use that. Nice pass inside. Foul on Giles Amos, and that was a shot that got blocked, and John Bard gets it inside of Giles Amos even though it was blocked, and Giles finishes it off and goes to the line for a chance of the old-fashioned. 12-7 your score with 2:38 to go here in the first quarter. Giles. Shot is off the mark. Rebound down to Griffin. Griffin's blocked, but they're going to call a foul on Stakely inside. And Griffin Elmore will go to the line to try to get 2 more. This could be a 4-point trip for Westfield.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing, Brett, is the following of the shots. He did a great job to follow Giles Amos' shot there, but we still need some more support down there if we want to continue to get the rebounds.
Griffin Elmore adds another one. 13-7 your score. Second one is on the way and good. 14-7 your score. Westfield leads with 2:35 to go here in the first quarter. Putting the full court press on right here. Nigel Eady passes it ahead to number 40, Kirshner. Kirshner back out to Baranowski, number 2, who gets it over to Eady at the top of the key. They're going to set things up, are the Wildcats. Duke over to number 2, Baranowski, who gets it back to Eady. Eady right wing, drives, left side, in. Shot is up, off the glass, and good. Nice drive right there by Nigel Eady.
I think he went left that time too, Brett.
He did. He came on the right wing, drove into the left side over the right elbow, and came kind of in the middle of the lane and put up a nice high-arcing layup. And Giles shot inside on the lane right there is good. Nice turnaround pass, and 16-9 your score. Westfield in a full-court press. And the ball's tipped away, and John Bard comes away with a steal. Good job right there. John Bard fakes, shot is up, and good. Nice drive right there by the lanky swing man for Westfield. 18-9 your score. Baranowski passes it back to Eady. Eady back over to Baranowski. Baranowski drives, throws it to Duke. Duke all the way across court here to Stakely, back out to Eady. Eady drives right side over to Stakely, back out to Eady. Eady drives inside, loses the ball. Good pass. Ball is in to number 40, Noah Kirshner, and he makes it. Marquise Watkins going to set things up. Westfield on top 18-11 with 54 seconds. Shot from Griffin, no good. Rebound down to Ryan Fitzpatrick. Gets it back to John Bard. Bard drives inside, has it blocked, and Edie tips it away and almost goes out of bounds and saves it. 38 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Westfield on top 18-11. Gavin Edmondson looking to check in at the scorers table, and I believe that's also Lambert trying to cycle back in. Duke driving. Gets it back out to Edie. Edie over to Wilson, who gets it over to Stakely. Stakely to Edie. Has the ball stolen away. Good job by Marquise Watkins. Watkins was pushed, it looked like, and they're going to say he's out of bounds. Goes back over to the Wildcats.
That's one of those things we were mentioning, Brett, with the court. The fans are always closer. It's harder to see that line over there.
Yep. Coming into the game is Austin Burnett for Marquise Watkins, Gavin Edmondson, and you have Ryan Fitzpatrick, John Bard, and Griffin Elmore. Driving is Lambert. Shot is up and good. 7 seconds to go. Got to get a shot off. John Bard, 3. Ooh, almost in. No good. And at the end of the first quarter, Westfield leads 18-13. You're listening to Westfield basketball on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember. Now, back to the basketball game action inside the Hornets' Nest on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back into the Hornets' Nest. Westfield's on top 18-13 to start the second quarter, and they will have the basketball to start the second quarter. Taking it out will be Griffin Elmore, and the same 5 will be on the floor that ended the first quarter here to start the second. Austin Burnett over to Griffin Elmore, who throws it over to John Bard. Bard over to Fitzpatrick, drives inside, shot is up, no good. Rebound down to Kirshner, has the ball tipped away, but Edie comes up with it. Edie driving ahead, throws it inside, shot is up and good, and that is number 33, Ethan Lynch. 18-15 your score. John Bard fakes the shot, passes it back out to Austin. Austin over to Griffin Elmore. Griffin. Pass it over to Austin Burnett. Burnett passes it over to Ryan Fitzpatrick, out to John Bard. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound down to Griffin Elmore. Gets it over to Austin Burnett. Burnett pass it over to Ryan Fitzpatrick. His shot is up, no good. Rebound down to Eddie. Edie bringing it up with 6:58 left to go here in the second quarter. Good defense right there by Austin Burnett, and the ball is tipped away. They're going to say it goes off of number 20, Dukes. Wow. So coming back in the game, Marquise Watkins, Reagan Waller checks in for the first time, and Tanner Westbrook. Marquise Watkins at the top, setting things up here for the Hornets. Inside of Giles Amos, and he finishes it off. Nice alley, and he finishes it off with a layup. 20-15 your score. Edie setting things up, trying to get the play from the coach. That is Coach Mark Tebbs. And it's going to turn over to Westfield. And Coach Tebbs is going to take a timeout. We'll take a break with him. Westfield on top, 20-15. You're listening to Hornet basketball on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Bring in the new year with kudzu from ComSouth. Once installed, you can't stop it from spreading entertainment, media, and communications throughout the entire home from room to room. The ComSouth kudzu whole home DVR allows you to connect up to 5 TVs. And with the high-speed media gateway, digital cable, HD TV, high-speed internet, and telephone services will all spread through your house like kudzu too. Stop by and learn more at any ComSouth location in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Perry, and Fort Valley, or go to comsouth.net.
Now, back to the basketball game action inside the Hornets' Nest on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Welcome back inside the Hornets' Nest. I'm Brett Taylor. Alongside me, Tim Thompson. Westfield's on top 20-15. Marquise Watkins, right wing, gets it out to Reagan Waller. Gets it over to Tanner. Back over to Watkins. Pump fakes, drives right baseline, shots up, no good. Rebound down to to Kirshner. And the ball tipped away by Marquise Watkins. Good play, nice hands. Tanner, right wing, all the way over to Reagan Waller. His shot is up. No good. Rebound down to Lambert. Lambert pushing the ball. Has it tipped away right in the hands of Lynch, and his shot is up and good. Just misfortune right there for the Hornets.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of those good plays, especially when that steal Watkins had.
20-17 is your score. 5:33 left to go here in the first half. Westfield has trailed by 7 and then has led the rest of the way after that. Pass to Tanner. Drives inside. Shot is up, no good. And it's going to be tipped off of Lynch's hand. Stay with Westfield. 5:16 to go here in the first half. Coming into the game is Stakely. Taking a seat will be number 40, Kirshner. Marquise Watkins with the ball at the top of the key. Going to slow it down here for the Hornets. Trying to get to Reagan Waller. Nowhere to go. Gets it over to Griffin. Griffin's going to shoot it. Shot is short and rebound down to Edie. Edie going to pass it to Stakely. His shot is airballed. Rebound down to Tanner. And Tanner almost loses it. Tanner going to drive. Nice pass. Seams it in there. 22-17 your score. Griffin finishes it off nicely. Lambert throws it all the way across to Stakely. Stakely's got to get it over. And they barely do, but Marquise Watkins steals it. Passes it to Giles. The ball tipped away. Oh, wow. No, that's an awful call. Wow. Wow. These guys are really bad.
What did it say? They went off Amos?
Yeah, that was clear. It went off of Westminster. I don't know what game they're watching. That's so bad. 4:22 to go here in the first half. Edie over to Lambert. Lambert back over to Edie. Edie passes it to Kirshner. Drives inside. Has it blocked. Wow. They called a foul on that. Kirshner going to get a line foul on Giles Amos.
Looked like Amos did a good job getting in his face and getting the hands up, but I think he must have made somewhat of contact that we didn't see, Brett.
I guess. Kirshner's shot is up and good. 22-18 your score. Kirshner's shot is up and good. 22-19. Tanner gets it over to Marquise Watkins, and Westfield just needs to settle it down. Try to come up with a big basket here and see if they can extend the lead back out. Inside to Giles. Giles going to turn around. Shot is off the mark, and Dukes comes away with it. Edie going to bring it up for the Wildcats. 3:54 to go here in the first half. Dukes. Lambert's going to try to push off of Griffin Elmore, and the ball was thrown wildly anyway. So either way you look at that, it was going to go over to Westfield. 3:49 left to go here in the first half. Westfield on top by 3, 22-19. Giles goes in, passes out to Griffin. Griffin takes a 3. Shot off the mark. Rebound down to Giles. Shot is up. No good, but he is fouled on the way up. And Giles will go to the free throw line. Not sure what Coach Craig was upset about but nonetheless, it works out for Westfield as Giles will go to the line. Free throws up and no good. And Tim, you weren't here, but last Friday we saw Coach Walls make the Hornets come out after the game and shoot free throws. And there's another example of it.
That's probably why right there, Brett.
They had to make, I think, 100.
You got to take your time on those and make them count. Those are free for a reason.
3:27. Westfield should be leading by more, but they're only leading by 3. Dukes drives in, and they're going to say a charge on Dukes. Good job by Tanner. He was firmly planted. Reagan maybe got away with a little bit of a push, but Tanner definitely drew the charge, and it goes over as Lambert fouls. Tanner going to bring it up. Gets it over to Griffin. Griffin left wing. Over to Marquise Watkins, top of the key. Marquise back to Griffin. He takes a shot, and it is good. Nice shot right there. Good form, and Westfield takes a 6-point lead, 25-19. Gets back in the full court press.
They need to find a way to get him the ball a little more in them open shots.
Press is broken. Dukes dribbling it up, trying to get control of it. Gets it out to Lambert. His shot is way off, and Griffin comes up with it. Griffin drives, needs to pull it back out, and he smartly does. Gets it over to Watkins. Watkins going to reset things here. 25-19 your score. Westfield is on top of the Wildcats of Westminster. Griffin inside to Giles. Giles goes, shots off the mark. Reagan tried to go right back up with it, and Griffin Elmore loses it. Ball is tied up, and it'll go over to Westminster. 25-19 your score with 2:21 to go in the game, in the half. Lambert with the ball gets it back to Edie. Edie passes it to Kirshner, who drives inside, and he walks with the ball because he got a little nervous. 1-5, fake like he was going to go up, and he just jumped a little bit with the ball. John Bard into Marquise Watkins. And Watkins going to bring it up here with right at 2 minutes to go. John Bard, where are you throwing? Oh, well, he gets there. Shot is up and no good. Rebound down to Edie. A little confused by that. I don't know if John didn't see Edie or what. Edie's shot is good. Nice drive. 21-25. Westfield leads by 4. Marquise over to Griffin. Griffin over to Marquise. Back to Griffin. Back to Marquise. Inside to John Bard. Shot is up and no good. Rebound down to Dukes. You're just missing point-blank shots.
I tell you, Watkins is doing a great job getting that ball inside to the guys, but they just can't take advantage of it.
They can have that all night if they want it in this zone that they're playing. Nobody's guarding that lane, like you said. Watkins doing a good job distributing. Very keen assessment by Tim Thompson. Edie. I think Westminster's just trying to drain some clock here. Under a minute to go. Only down 4. Shot is good. And now it's a two-point game, 25-23, with 48 seconds to go. Ryan's got the ball, gets it back to Watkins. Watkins going to hold it. 38 seconds. And I think Westminster is just content to go into halftime only down 2 or 4. Ball tipped away. Giles is fouled. And Westfield's in the bonus, so they will be shooting. Let's see if Giles can get those free throws corrected. .30 seconds to go. At halftime, we'll have Coach Chip Champion here and talk a little bit about the girls' game and then some of their upcoming games. Still at second place in the region. Shot is up and good by Giles. 26-23 your score as Giles finally connects on a free throw.
That's the fundraiser tonight, is that.
And the second one is good as well. So maybe a little bit of those free throws after Friday's game paid off right there. Last Friday, that is. As number 12, Wilson drives up. He gets it back out to Edie, and Edie going to hold for the last shot, it looks like, under 20.
That's what I would do.
To Lambert to Wilson. Left wing over to Edie. Drives in. Ball almost tipped away. Stakely has it. Way off. But rebound down to Dukes. And with under 4, Westfield's got to shoot it. Shot is up. Ooh, way off. And 27-25 is your halftime score. Westfield leads in a very sloppy half of basketball, but nonetheless, the Hornets will take the lead in a halftime. And we'll take a quick break as you've been listening to Westfield Hornet basketball on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember.
Set your own banking hours with Planners First Online Banking. Planners First Online Banking allows you to connect and access your bank accounts 24/7. For those that are always on the go, you can check your balances, pay your bills, transfer funds anytime and anywhere you have internet access. Let Planners First Online Banking make your life a little easier. Planners First, a legacy of excellence since 1896. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Remember those old Western movies? You could always tell the good guys by their white hats. Well, today the styles have changed, but the hat's still white. At David Reagan Ford in Perry, we focus on being good citizens and good neighbors with straightforward deals, a firm handshake, and no hassle negotiating. Visit us on the web or stop by David Reagan Ford just off I-75, exit 136 in Perry. David Reagan Ford.
You know us. We're the guys in the white hats.
Bring in the new year with kudzu from ComSouth. Once installed, you can't stop it from spreading entertainment, media, and communications throughout the entire home from room to room. The ComSouth Kudzu Whole Home DVR allows you to connect up to 5 TVs. And with the high-speed media gateway, digital cable, HD TV, high-speed internet, and telephone services will all spread through your house like Kudzu 2. Stop by and learn more at any ComSouth location in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Perry, and Fort Valley, or go to comsouth.net.
Hey, Pete, check this out. Come here, little doggy. Sit.
Oh,
Sit.
you train your little doggy?
Yeah, but he's not doing any of his stuff. Shake.
Oh, maybe he's grumpy, you know? I mean, it is lunchtime, so.
Oh, right, it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime,
That must be it. Little doggy.
It's okay. Does it taste good, though?
A little dog with a big bite. Little doggies starting at $1.29. And save room for a molten cake sundae. This is how you Sonic.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel. From football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate, Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
Now back to Kenny and Brett with the Middle Georgia Sports Network's halftime show, presented by Planners First.
Welcome back inside the nest where Westfield's on top 27-25. And we're in the Planners First halftime show. And joining us tonight is Coach Chip Champion. I know it was a tough loss, Coach, but on the brighter side, I guess you're still in pretty good shape as far as the region goes. And I guess if you can win your region matchup, I believe it's Tuesday as the final region game, you should put yourself in pretty good position.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't think tonight makes a whole lot of difference, either way. I'll be interested to see what Millage and Gatewood do tonight. I think if I've got it figured correctly, if Gatewood wins that thing, we'll be locked into the 2-3 matchup on Thursday, which will mean we'll have to play this group again. Tonight we just didn't get the job done. I think we were actually feeling real good about ourselves after our come from behind victory at Gatewood. And we slopped through tonight, just quite honestly. We just offensively we couldn't get anything going, and we've got to get that straightened up. We've been working on it, but for some reason we can't seem to get it right.
Yeah, and I saw a couple of times where you kind of got frustrated. You had what you wanted, it looked like, and the girls just didn't get it down there in the post. But like you said, they continue to play very good defense. It seems like a lot of low-scoring games inside the nest.
Yeah, we're doing.
Offensively, it struggles.
Yeah, the kids have bought in on the defensive end of the floor. When we get in trouble on the defensive end of the floor, it's because we're not rebounding the ball. When we're doing the things we're supposed to on that end, we're pretty good. Where we're running into trouble is on the offensive end, and part of it is we're just not getting in the right spots and doing those things. And I guess that's on me. But we got to keep getting better and plugging at it. And a lot of it's we're getting pressure and we're having to struggle to get the ball up the floor a little bit and not getting in the right sets and that kind of thing. And we got to get better. We got to get better at those things if we want any chance to compete.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you're not sure on the status of Caitlin so far, but it was pretty good to get Jackie back out on the court tonight, and she played, especially at the latter part of that second quarter, she played pretty good.
You go to get one and then possibly losing one. And I think I'm watching her, she's walking on it a little bit better. Pretty good sprain. We'll just have to see how it heals up. I seriously doubt she'll play tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And the main thing is to get her back for the region tournament and getting in that spot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's tough. Like you said, you get Jackie back, and then you possibly lose Caitlin. But tomorrow's night's game's more or less, I guess, about bragging rights with Pinewood, but at a region contest, and you want to kind of get some momentum, but. I guess maybe you already spoke about it a little bit, but what are the kind of the things you're looking for from your team coming into tomorrow night's game?
Well, we got to go get better. We got to keep improving. We've talked about it, since day one. We get the opportunity to play basketball, and we get the opportunity to get better at some things. And if we don't do that, then we're wasting time. And our time this season is getting a little bit more short. So we've got to sort of press the accelerator a little bit more on it, but I don't know. We got to keep plugging and getting better.
Absolutely, and just changing subjects a little bit away from basketball. I know you kind of have your dual hats here as the basketball coach for the girls team, and then also as athletic director and all the other things that you do here at Westfield. Yeah. But this is a great night here as far as the heart disease and all that at Westfield. Maybe speak a little bit about kind of what that means to the Westfield community. I know it kind of hit home a couple years ago.
A couple years ago, right here in this gym, when Tucker Moody had his episode, as we call it, where he actually was in cardiac arrest, and we had our first responders that are here did a really good job of resuscitating him, and we're blessed that he's with us today, because a lot of times, from what I understand in the situation he had, you don't come back from it. And so we started that 2 years ago, right after that happened. This is our third year of doing it, and it's become a big thing. I mean, you look, our whole gym slammed full tonight, and it's mostly red, and that's a pretty cool thing. I'm sort of disappointed because I really wish we would have come out and performed a little bit better and give everybody something to cheer about. But it's definitely a good cause. I don't know where we'll end up this year, but I know last year we raised a couple $1,000s for the American Heart Association, and that's pretty cool. Laura Medlin, our development director, has put a lot of time and effort into this thing. Our lower school has come out in force tonight, and it's pretty cool to see that you get a gym this full of people for a basketball game.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kenny and I both had a buddy, real close buddy, have a similar episode. So, it hits home for us as well. And there's a lot of people out there. I believe the statistics was it's one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So it's a very very admirable calls. And, as you said, seeing all the red throughout there, we saw it last year, and it was our first experience, but this is always a cool thing. And
yeah, it really is. Just to get that many people out there is pretty neat.
Absolutely. So just want to thank you for joining us. I know it was a tough loss, but hopefully you can get back on the winning ways tomorrow night.
Well, that's what I told the girls. Good thing about basketball is, you got 24 hours to get over it, and then you got to play again. If it was football, you'd have a whole week to think about it.
Or you'd get that dreaded bye week in between a loss.
Yeah,
and then 2 weeks.
And you definitely don't want that. So we got to regroup tonight. I told them they got to show up tomorrow, focused, ready to go on what we need to do, and hopefully get better at what we're doing tomorrow.
Absolutely. And so we'd like to thank Coach Chip Champion, as we will be here tomorrow to bring you that game, and hopefully they can get back on the winning ways. And what we'll do now is we'll wrap up the Planters First halftime show. We'll take a quick break and be back with the rest of the game here. Westfield leads 27-25. Listen to Hornets basketball on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. Thanks, Coach.
Set your own banking hours with Planters First Online Banking. Planters First Online Banking allows you to connect and access your bank accounts 24/7. For those that are always on the go, you can check your balances, pay your bills, transfer funds anytime and anywhere you have internet access. Let Planters First Online Banking make your life a little easier. Planters First, a legacy of excellence since 1896. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hey, Pete, check this out. Come here, little doggy. Sit.
Oh,
Sit.
you train your little doggy?
Yeah, but he's not doing any of his stuff. Shake.
Oh, maybe he's grumpy, I mean, it is lunchtime, so.
Oh, right, it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime, yeah.
Must be it. Little doggy.
It's okay. Does it taste good, though?
A little dog with a big bite. Little doggies, starting at $1.29. And save room for a molten cake sundae. This is how you Sonic.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel from football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate. Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
Welcome back to the Middle Georgia Sports Network's halftime show, brought to you by Planters First.
And welcome back into the Hornets Nest. I'd like to thank Planters First and Coach Chip Champion for that halftime show. And as Coach Champion said, the Lady Hornets look to get back on the winning ways tomorrow, as they will be taking on the Pinewood Patriots at 3 o'clock inside the Nest tomorrow. We'll be bringing you that on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. And right now, Westfield Hornets are on top 27-25 to start the third quarter. Marquise Watkins has the ball. Over to Griffin Elmore, over to John Bard. Takes a three. Shot is off the mark, short. But John Bard comes away with it and gets it to Tanner. Tanner, nowhere to go. Shot is up and good. Left baseline, nice shot.
That's what happens when you follow your shot, Brett. Good things happen.
And you hustle, as you said. Nigel Eady brings it up. Gets it to Dukes. Dukes over to Lambert. Lambert almost has it stolen away by Tanner. Tanner's going to be called for the foul. Dukes did a good job of stepping back into the pass and creating some contact. Westfield on top by 4, 29-25 here at the start of the third quarter. 7:28 to go here in the third. Edie drives. Shot is up and good. 29-27 is your score, with 7:15 to go here in the third quarter. John Bard, right wing, all the way across the Griffin, and the ball is thrown wildly out of bounds.
I tell you, Brett, that was one of the notes I made. They got to focus on their passes. They're trying to pass that ball too far across the court. They're just not very crisp.
I agree. Nigel Eady over to Dukes, out to Stakely, over to Eady. Eady Trying to get it to Lambert, and he does. Over to Dukes on right wing, inside to Stake. The ball kicked away, and it's going to stay with Westminster. Coach Tibbs is not happy as Edie's going to inbounds the ball, gets it to Lambert. Lambert out to Dukes. Dukes going to take a, no, he's not. He's going to pass it. Lambert's going to take a shot way off the mark. Rebound down to Bard. Bard going to throw it away. Tanner never looked. Edie comes up with it. Edie over to go. Gets it over to Lambert. Back to Edie. Edie back to Lambert. Lambert over to Dukes. Dukes over to Stakely. Stakely back to Lambert. Lambert drives inside. Over to Dukes. Dukes going to drive inside. Shot is up. No good. Rebound. Down to John Bard, who drives inside. Pass over to Marquise Watkins nicely. And 31-27 is your score. Coach Wall's brother Steven's here tonight with his little boy, Easton. Foul on the way up by Lynch, and he's going to go to the line for two. 31-27 your score, and Lynch going to go to the free throw line for a chance to cut into that 4-point lead from Westfield. Ethan Lynch at the line. His shot is up and bounces up and in. Wow, I thought that was going to be way off.
I did too. It just went straight up.
I'd like to thank Tim. We still got about a quarter and a half, but I'd like to thank Tim for filling in for Kenny here tonight as he makes the second one. Tim could have been a lot of places tonight, but he chose to be at the right place. I'm kidding. Marquise Watkins brings it up. Gets it over to Elmore. Elmore back to Watkins, and Watkins going to pass it over to Tanner. Tanner inside to Ryan. Ryan's shot is up. No good. Rebound down to Lambert. Edie going to bring it up. Keep pushing it ahead. Gets it back out to Dukes on the right wing, and Dukes has the ball knocked away, but gets it back out to Lambert. And Edie has it top of the key. Over to Stakely. Stakely out to Dukes. Dukes driving right wing. And shot is up and good. Created some nice space and ties the game, 31-all. So Marquise Watkins going to bring it up for Westfield in a tied ball game with 5:12 to go here in the third. Inside to Giles, and fouled on the way up. No answer for him. Trying to check on the Hawks here to give y'all an update. I'm sure you're at home watching. But with 5:07, Giles is going to go to the line with a chance to gain the lead back for Westfield. First shot is off the mark, no good. Very flat shot. And at halftime, the game is tied 52-all between the Hawks and the Warriors. And Giles connects on the second one. So 32-31 your score with 5:07 to go here in the third quarter. Edie drives right wing, hands it off to Duke. Duke going to take a shot left elbow, and it bounces around, goes off of Kirshner's hand. We're going to say it stays with Westminster, but he just pointed to the ground like he was out of bounds. I'm not sure. Going to pass it out to Kirshner. Kirshner drives, has the ball tipped away. They're going to say it goes over to Westfield. Wow. I thought that was tipped away by Marquise Watkins, but nonetheless, Westfield comes up with it. 32-31 your score with 4:50 to go here in the third quarter. Tanner going to bring it up. Back over to Watkins. Over to Griffin. Griffin back to Watkins. Back over to Tanner on the right wing. All the way over to Griffin. He takes a three. No good. No, it is good. Got the friendly roll. 35-31. I spoke too soon. What do you think about that, Tim?
I know, that was crazy. Rolled around.
Friendly rim. Lambert trying to get it right back. Shot's way off the mark. Rebound down to Watkins. Watkins elects not to go ahead. Drives inside, though. Wide open. Shot is blocked, though, by Lambert. Rebound down to Edie. Edie drives. Trying to get left block. Tanner cuts him off. Gets back out of Lambert. His shot is up and good. Nice runner inside the lane over Giles Amos's hand. And it's a 2-point game, 35-33, with 3:55 left to go here in the third. All the way across court to Ryan. Tipped out off of Kirshner's hands, and it will stay with the Hornets. Coming into the game's number 12, Wilson. He'll replace Kirshner for the Wildcats. Ryan gets it into Griffin, over to Marquise Watkins. Over to Elmore. Elmore left wing, out to the top of the key to Tanner. Tanner inside of Giles. Has it tipped away. He saves it, gets it to Marquise, and Marquise to Elmore. Elmore's shot is off the mark. Rebound down to Dukes. 35-33. Edie's got it, drives inside. Shot is up and good. Ties the game. 35 all. Ryan drives left baseline. Shot is up and good. 37-35. Trading baskets here. 3:14 to go here in the third. Westfield on top, 37-35. Fans getting into it for Westfield, kind of mimicking Coach Tibbs. Edie drives inside. His shot is up and good. 37 all. Tanner over to Marquise Watkins. Back out to Tanner. Over to Griffin Elmore. Ball tipped away on the pass. Going to stay with Westfield. Coming in the game, Austin Burnett. Reagan Waller coming in for Griffin Elmore and Tanner Westbrook. So on the floor you have Ryan Fitzpatrick, Marquise Watkins, Reagan Waller, Austin Burnett, and Giles Amos. Inside of Ryan, his shot is up, no good, but he is fouled on the way up. He'll go to the line for a chance at 2. Ryan's first is good. 38-37 your score. 2:41 left to go here in the third. Second one forthcoming. Ryan dribbles, spins, shot, and it is good. Westfield takes a 2-point lead yet again. Kind of quasi full court press. Now they're trying to trap Edie. Ball thrown high, tipped away, Giles. And it's going to stay with Westminster. Goes off of Giles' foot. And Westminster gets a break, 39-37 with 2:31 left to go here in the third. Wilson trying to find somebody, gets it into Lynch. Lynch has nowhere to go. Trying to drive. Almost has it stolen away by Watkins. Gets it to Wilson. Wilson has the ball stolen away. Good job, and pass ahead to Ryan Fitzpatrick in transition. Shot is good, 41-37. Great defense started by Ryan Fitzpatrick. Austin Burnett with the pass. Pass into Dukes. Dukes driving, using that off-arm to push. And he carries, has the ball trapped on his hip. And Coach Tibbs is going to take a timeout. We'll take a break with him. Westfield on top, 41-37 with 2:03 left to go here in the third.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember.
Welcome back inside the Hornets' nest. Westfield on top, 41-37 with possession. Reagan with the ball. Gets it over to Austin Burnett, left wing. Burnett drives inside, gets it over to Watkins. Watkins fakes a shot over to Reagan Waller. Shot's blocked inside to Giles. Giles trying to turn around. They're going to call him for double dribble. It's going to go over to the Wildcats, 41-37. As Atlanta has opened up a 9-point lead in the start of the third quarter, 64-55. So the Hawks hopefully can get a victory tonight over the other awesome team out west. Edey trying to get it away. Ball kicked, it looked like, and going to be fouled on Ryan Fitzpatrick. Stakely draws the foul. But Coach Walls will take that. Good defense, Tim, don't you think?
That was. They were hustling after it right there.
Trying to create some havoc and turnovers as Edey has the ball. Bringing it up court. Trying to put a move on Austin. Austin's quick, though. He can recover. Dukes goes in. Body foul. Should be on the floor. They're going to call it on Ryan Fitzpatrick. Going to be taken out underneath the goal. 41-37 your score with a minute 18. Edey taking it out. Stakely has it. Out to Dukes. Dukes over to Lambert. Pulls up. Shot off the top of the backboard. No good. Lynch's shot is no good. And they're going to call a foul, and I'm not sure who it's on. He never made contact with him. That's an awful shot. Awful call. He didn't even touch him. He missed him completely, actually.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It was Austin Burnett. He turned around inside the lane. He swatted at him, but never made contact. And Lynch going to go to the line. 41-38. Second one is up and good. Cuts it to a 2-point lead. 41-39. Austin's shot is off the mark, and he gets his own rebound. Shot inside, passes it, and he throws it hard, does Giles, but it goes right to Dukes. Dukes driving in transition. Shot is off the mark, and he almost decapitated Austin Burnett, but Westminster gets the ball back and scores. Ties the game up 41-all with 45 seconds to go here in the third. Austin into Ryan. Ryan out to Marquise Watkins. Watkins three, no good. But rebound down to Giles, and they're going to call a foul.
Foul number 22, Burnett. His second, team 6.
30 seconds to go, 41-all. Gavin Edmondson coming in the game as well for Giles Amos.
Camera.
Edey being trapped. He gets out of it. Looking to drive ahead. The bounce passes it to Lambert. His shot is off the mark. Rebound down to Edmondson. Edmondson ahead to Reagan Waller. Under 20 seconds to go. Out to John Bard. Over to Austin Burnett with 15 seconds. John Bard, top of the key. 11 seconds to go. 10. Under 10 seconds. Passes it right to Dukes. Terrible pass by Austin Burnett. 3 seconds. 2-1. Ooh, almost in. And that's the end of the third quarter. Tied up at 41. Take a quick break and be back with the fourth quarter. You're listening to Hornet Basketball on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Hey, Pete, check this out. Come here, little doggy. Sit.
Oh.
Sit.
You train your little doggy?
Yeah, but he's not doing any of his stuff. Shake.
Oh, maybe he's grumpy, you know? I mean, it is lunchtime, so.
Oh, right, it's lunchtime.
It's lunchtime, yeah.
Must be it. Little doggy.
It's okay. Does it taste good, though?
A little dog with a big bite. Little doggies, starting at $1.29. And save room for a molten cake sundae. This is how you Sonic.
Now, back to the basketball game action inside the Hornets' Nest on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Welcome back into the Hornets' Nest. Tucker Moody telling a little bit about his story and thanking everybody for all the contributions here on what we'll call American Heart Association Night. So, as it's a red out here in the Hornets' Nest, and Tucker getting a standing ovation. So, he'll go and take his place back over with the Hornets' Nest crew over there of the students, and Nigel Edey giving him some love. And coming out here in the fourth quarter, the Wildcats will have the basketball. 41 all. Westfield hoping that they can get out of here with a big region victory and stay on top of Region 4 AAA. Stakely passes it in to Edie. Edie comes away with it. Austin Burnett's going to be out there guarding him. 7:51 left to go here. Stakely with it at the top of the key. Gets it over to Edie. Edie, left wing, back to Stakely. Stakely over to Dukes. Dukes looking to go somewhere with it. Gets it back to Edie, top of the key. Edie. Back out at Stakely. Stakely over to Lambert. Lambert, left wing. Has the ball passed. That should have been back court, and they finally called it. Good call. As Edie picked it up back court, tried to throw it back. Good defense right there by Austin Burnett. John Bard. You got Bard, Reagan Waller, Austin Burnett, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Gavin Edmondson in the game. Shot by John Bard, misses it. He gets his own rebound, passes it out, and that's going to be a backcourt.
Backcourt violation.
7:13 to go here, and both teams trading backcourts. 41 all. Stakely gets it into Dukes. Dukes. Back to Stakely. Back to Edie, and Burnett gets called for a foul. Wow. Not sure about that. Wow. And they're in the bonus are the Wildcats from Westminster, so they'll go to the line for a chance to take the lead for the first time in a long time. Probably all the way back to first quarter.
Yeah, sometime they ended the first.
Shot is up and good, so Wildcats in the lead, 42-41 your score. 7:03 to go here in the game. Second shot on the way. Edie makes it 43-41, and now Westfield trails by 2. Gotta wonder when you'll see some of the starters come back in, and here they come. Reagan Waller. Cross court to Austin Burnett. Gets it into Ryan. Ryan dribbles, has the ball stolen away, and Gavin comes back up with it, and then John Bard is clipped. They're going to say it's a jump ball, and it'll stay with Westfield. And taking a seat will be Evanson, Reagan Waller, and Austin Burnett. And Ryan Fitzpatrick. Tanner's coming back in the game. Griffin Elmore, Marquise Watkins, and Giles Amos. Watkins inside of Giles. Giles' shot is up, no good. Got to make those point-blank shots.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
Gotta. Edie, fancy dribbling, gets it over to Lambert, over to Dukes. Back to Edie, right wing, drives inside. He walks, yeah. Got a little out of control, tried to make some fancy moves inside and get called for the walk. Tanner Westbrook will take it out. 43-41 with 6:22 left to go here in the game. Westfield trails by 2. All the way across to Griffin Elmore to take a 3. Shot is up, no good. Rebound down to Dukes. To Lambert. Lambert gets it to Edie, and Edie will bring it up. Out to Dukes, and Dukes is just going to slow it down. And he throws it back court, and that'll be backcourt violation.
Backcourt violation.
Yes, he was trying to see if anybody touched it, but that was not touched at all. So Marquise has it. Watkins over to Bard, back to Marquise. Marquise top of the key. Inside to Bard. Bard over to Giles. Giles is tied up.
Jump ball.
I've never understood how that's a jump ball. The guy didn't have possession. How can that be tied up? That's just awful. I don't get that. Anyways, Coach Wall's thinking the same thing I am. Edie's shot's off the mark. Rebound down to Giles. Giles has the ball almost stolen away. And he finally gets it to Tanner. Tanner over to Griffin Elmore. Gets it back to Tanner. Tanner Has it stolen away by Dukes. Dukes has it stolen away by Bard. Trying to be fancy. And it's fouled. Oh, man. And I just hit my head back here trying to motion. Bard made a great move and then missed the shot. But he was fouled, so he'll go to the line.
Yeah, that would have helped to get them two right there before he goes to the line.
John Bard. First one is good. 43-42. $43 is your score. In the fourth quarter. Edey has it, and he'll be bringing it up with 5:03 left to go here in the fourth. Duke. Over to Edey. Edey's going to take a three. Shot, it looks good, and it is 46-43. Nobody there to guard Edey. Inside of Giles. Giles turns around. Shot is up and good, and Westfield going to try to get right back to the same score, 46-45. If Giles can connect, he'll get the old-fashioned three and tie it up. I'm not sure what the deal is.
He's got blood on him.
Not sure what the deal is there. Going to call a technical on 33. Wow. So Coach Walls will get to pick his shooter, and then Giles will shoot the free throw. Roid rage. Huh. Ugh, misses the free throw, and now John Bard is going to take the technical shot. 2 free throws, so Westfield can take the lead here.
So what was the issue there? What was the tech on?
I think Lynch kept talking 33. And Westfield takes the lead by 1 and the ball. So that's very costly from Lynch, and I'm surprised he's staying in the game. I think if I was the coach, he'd be riding the pine pony. Watkins with the basketball left wing. Over to Griffin, back to Watkins. Watkins inside of Giles. Giles turns around and finally makes a shot from that spot.
Those are the ones he's just been slightly off tonight. Watkins did a great job of getting the ball back inside.
49-46. Over to Edey, right wing. Edey drives. Takes it back out. Drives again. Gets it out to Dukes. Dukes looked like he shoveled his feet. He goes up and good. Timeout. We'll take a break with him. Westfield leads by 1, 49-48. You listen to Hornet Basketball on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Set your own banking hours with Planners First Online Banking. Planners First Online Banking allows you to connect and access your bank accounts 24/7. For those that are always on the go, you can check your balances, pay your bills, transfer funds anytime and anywhere you have internet access. Let Planners First Online Banking make your life a little easier. Planners First, a legacy of excellence since 1896. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Now, back to the basketball game action inside the Hornets' Nest on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Welcome back inside the Hornets' Nest. I'm Brett Taylor alongside me, Tim Thompson. And we got a good one here as we did in the girls' game, and this one is shaping up to be a photo finish, as they say. 49-48 is your score. Westfield is on top. And
I believe this one's going to come down
has
to
the ball.
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to come down to whoever has the ball last here, Brett. They're both getting after it. They're both playing good ball.
So Westfield will have the ball coming out of the break with 4:07 to go. 49-48 your score. Marquise Watkins brings it up for the Hornets. Going to set up Coach Wall's play. 3:52 to go. Marquise Watkins just kind of stalling, gets it over to Tanner. Tanner over to Griffin. Griffin inside of Giles. Giles, shot is up, no good. Rebound and fouled by Dukes. Giles will go to the line, trying to extend it back out to 3.
Foul number 33, Lynch, his 5th.
And Lynch will be out of there.
Amos at the line, shooting 2.
Hold on.
I thought that was on Dukes, but it wasn't. So Stakely is going to come in the game for Lynch.
So that technical must have given him his
yeah,
fourth.
You get a personal and a tech.
Into the game, the Wildcats, number 15, Stakely.
Giles' shot is up, no good. Giles' second is no good, and they're going to say they entered the lane too quickly.
Yeah, 23.
Lane violation, possession.
John Bard, he was trying to get there.
So 49-48 still your score with 3:40 to go. Westfield trails. Excuse me, Westfield on top. Edie going to take a 3. Shot is up and no good. Rebound down to Giles. Giles gets it to Watkins. And Watkins going to slow it up with 3:27 to go. Watkins over to Tanner. Tanner back to Watkins. Watkins over to Giles. Giles inside. Shot is up, no good. Rebound down to John Bard. No foul call. Wow. That's inside to Kirshner. His shot is up and good, and Westminster takes the lead back. And I just can't believe there's not a foul in there. John Bard has the ball clearly. He's up. He gets hacked. No call. 50-49 your score. Over to Giles. Giles drives inside. Fouled, goes to the floor, and he'll go to the line. 2:51 to go here in the fourth.
Number 40, Kirshner, his second, team 6. Amos at the line, shooting
50-49 your score. Westminster now on top. Giles has a chance to take the lead back. First is up, no good, and is short. Ryan Fitzpatrick comes in for Tanner Westbrook. 2:51 left to go. Giles has a second free throw to tie the game. It's good. 50 all is your score. 2:47 to go. Nigel Eady with the basketball. Gets it over to Dukes. Over to Lambert. Back to Nigel Eady. Throws it into Kirshner, and Kirshner not looking for it, and he turns it over. Marquise Watkins gets it over to John Barr, back to Watkins. And Watkins going to slow things down and set it back up here for the Hornets. John Barr with it. Inside Giles. Giles is fouled from behind by Kirshner. And he'll go back to the line. He's the guy you want to foul if you're going to foul. But he made the last one, so we'll see what he does here. And the first one's good. That was a good-looking stroke, wasn't short. And he nails it, 51-50 your score.
Looked like he had a little more rhythm on that one.
And the second one's good, so 52-50 is your score. With 2:12 to go. Big possession right here. Over to Lambert. Lambert drives a whole length of the baseline, takes a 3, and it's good. What a nice shot. 53-52 your score with 1:57 to go.
I believe that's his favorite spot, Brett. That's number 2 at least.
Marquise Watkins with the ball on the outside. Gets it over to Ryan. Ryan going to drive. And he's going to be fouled by Stakely. So Ryan will go to the line. Coach Tebb's not happy about that from Westminster, but nonetheless, Ryan will go to the line for a chance to take the lead back. And Stakely has 5. Ryan makes the first. Bank. 53 all. Ryan's got a second attempt here with 1:43 to go. And that one's good. 54-53. Some clutch free throw shooting here.
Maybe it's that practice you talked about last week, Brett.
Giles blocks the shot. And a foul on the rebound to number 40, Kirshner. Wow. You can't fault Giles there. Great play, and Kirshner just makes a better play. What are you going to do?
Yeah, Giles just went straight up with him. Didn't even give him a chance.
It's a tough one to swallow. Kirshner's shot is in and out and back in. So Westfield down by 2. 56-54 your score. With 1:23 to go. John Bard over to Watkins.
I'm giving the
Watkins to Ryan. Ryan's shot is off the mark. Rebound down to Edie. Edie going to drive ahead with 1:14 to go. He gets it back out to Lambert, and Lambert gets it over to Edie, and they're just going to set things back up. Over to Duke. And they finally foul. It's going to send Edie to the line. Probably not the guy you want to send.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing.
And that's tough right there. I tell you what, Westfield had the play, and just fortune went against them. It went right into Kirshner, and Edie goes to the line. And his shot, oh my goodness. How many times he had to hit the rim like that?
Rim and
he
glass.
goes in.
Rim and glass.
Man, that is, you hit the rim that many times, that would blow up. And the second was nothing but nylon. 58-54. Westfield trails. They need a big three. And they get it! 58-57. Westfield cuts it to a 1-point lead. And we'll stay here for the final 45 seconds during this timeout. Westfield trails by a point, 58-57. Big three right there by Griffin Elmore.
What a shot. What a shot.
Just ice water in his veins. Yep. He's been kind of cold the whole game, and he finally comes up with a big three.
Well, that's actually his third of the night, Brett.
But he's missed quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. He's missed quite a bit, but that was clutch right there.
Looked like my boy Kyle Corver up in Atlanta. Nothing but nylon. Hopefully they can get a steal here out of a full court press. See if they can't get the basketball back. We'll see. Westfield won by 16 up in Augusta. And this has been anything but an easy victory.
Okay, yes. Here, this team?
Yeah, they beat this team by 16 up in Augusta. They're going to try to trap Nigel Edie. Get it over to...
Foul him. That's who you want to foul.
They're going to try to trap him, and he breaks it. He goes all the way in. Shot is missed. Ryan Fitzpatrick gets it. Call timeout. Over to Watkins. 29 seconds. Well, the good thing about this, a make basket either way, it's not a tie, so someone wins.
Take your time and drive.
Going to drive inside under 20 seconds. Goes up. Oh, wow, they called a charge. Wow. That's pitiful. Wow. That is a bad call. They're both moving. That's not a charge. That's a terrible call. He had not established position at all. I mean, goodness gracious. Not sure where these guys go to learn what a charge and a block is, but you got to have planted possession in that space.
Before the ball gets there?
Well, no, before the body gets there. You can't be moving forward or backwards like that. You can move laterally, but wow. Really surprised.
So what are we doing here? They're going to bring it in from the base. So are we gonna foul?
Should be a foul on the way, I would think. If they don't get the immediate steal, you foul them, put them on the line, and then you get the ball back. Because even if they make the 2 free throws.
Foul him.
No, you don't want to foul him. Oh, my goodness. They should have fouled number 2 over here. That was Baranowski, and instead they foul Edie. You wanted to foul immediately so you had time, but now you don't have time.
No, 10 seconds ran off of that.
Man.
And they fouled the wrong guy.
Yeah, you don't want to foul him. I think he's missed 1 tonight from the free throw line. And he misses that one. Wow. I don't know if you intentionally miss it and make him push it. 57-58 your score. Westfield trails by a point, but they're going to get the ball back here, one would think, with a chance to tie. Shot is no good. Rebound to Watkins. Watkins going to push it. Inside to Bard. Bard lays it up, no good. Oh, wow. Bard missed the game winner on a layup.
Hold on, they called a foul.
Really? Wow. So Westfield loses here tonight, 58-57. We'll take a quick break and be back with the Bill and Larry Amos postgame show. Listen to Hornet Basketball on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
No rest for the Hornets as the Pinewood Patriots look to get some revenge from the state championship in football as they take the long trip up to take on the Hornets on the hard court. Both Westfield squads are near the top of the region as they step out of region play tomorrow to take on Pinewood. Tune in for all of the action as the ladies tip at 3 o'clock, followed by the boys tipping at 4:30, only on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. The Middle Georgia Sports Network would like to thank all of its basketball sponsors for making this season's broadcast possible. Those valuable sponsors include Brandon Outfitters, Planners First, Com South, Sonic America's Drive-In, David Reagan Ford, and proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics, Bill and Laura Amos.
Waking up to ash and dust, I wipe my brow and everybody hands go up.
With all of your game stats, impact players, and analysis of the game, welcome into the MidGASports.net postgame show, presented by Bill and Laura Amos, proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics.
And welcome back into the Bill and Larry Amos postgame show. Westfield loses both games here tonight, and the boys lose on a heartbreaking missed layup, 58-57. And man, that one's going to sting for the Hornets, and John Bard had an opportunity to win the game and just a little too hard on the layup, and it goes off the front iron, and Westfield loses here tonight. And I tell you what, very exciting basketball here tonight, and Westfield got to be disappointed with the outcomes. There's really no way to sugarcoat it, but nonetheless, they'll have to come back here tomorrow and face Pinewood as they step out of region to take on the Patriots from Belleville, and we'll see how Westfield will stack up in the region now. They were tied for the lead at 4-2, and they'll drop to 4-3. Westminster will go to 3-3, so they could be a logjam at the top as Gatewood played John Millage tonight. So if John Millage, there could be a 4-way tie for first place. If a 3-way tie, and then Westminster would be a half game behind in the boys. So let's take a quick look at the stats and give you the player of the game. As it looks like Griffin Elmore led all scorers tonight with 13 points. So give him the Sonic player of the game. And just a tough night for Westfield. Tim, thanks for filling in for Kenny, but I'll tell you what, just a tough night. Missed a lot of easy, chippy shots, and got to think that they want that last one back, but maybe it should have never got to that point.
Yeah, just some of the passing and some of the just the inside easy shots. They just didn't take advantage of the passing. I'll tell you, they need to keep giving that ball to Watkins to get that ball inside, but they just didn't make them when they counted.
Yeah, absolutely, and Giles didn't have his usual big first and second quarters, and just couldn't get it done. And you feel bad for John Bard, but he brings it every night, and it'll be okay, and he'll get better. And it's just one of those things where it's basketball. It happens. They beat this team by 16 up in Augusta.
Yeah, that's what we was talking about at the half. It's just one of those things. Who's ready to play tonight?
Exactly. So tough way to lose it for Westfield, but they'll be back here tomorrow, and we'll bring you the action starting at 3 o'clock as the Lady Hornets will take on the Pinewood Patriots from Belleville. For Tim Thompson, I'm Brett Taylor. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, and we'll be back tomorrow at 3. Join us then. You've been listening to Hornet Basketball on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network would like to thank all of its basketball sponsors for making this season's broadcast possible. Those valuable sponsors include Brandon Outfitters, Planners First, Com South, Sonic America's Drive-In, David Reagan Ford, and proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics, Bill and Laura Amos.
Waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow.
No rest for the Hornets as the Pinewood Patriots look to get some revenge from the state championship in football as they take the long trip up to take on the Hornets on the hard court. Both Westfield squads are near the top of the region as they step out of region play tomorrow to take on Pinewood. Tune in for all of the action as the ladies tip at 3 o'clock, followed by the boys tipping at 4:30, only on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.